August 12th of 2021, I received a phone call that my child's father had a seizure, so I didn't think it was that bad. And then I received a phone call from his mother stating that he had bitten by a dog, but still at that point I didn't know it was that bad. Until his mother called me back from the hospital to tell me that he had passed away. The dog bit down on his jugular. I believe that he got into a fight and dropped into a seizure while he was fighting. I'm not sure if the dog got sick on him. I'm not sure if the dog was trying to help him. Deep down inside, I really honestly feel that someone told the dog to attack.
Wow, you're a liar. You're a liar.
Did you see your dog initially bite Javon? You answered no. You did not tell the truth.
Are you serious?
Both of y'all. Are you gonna accept the fact that you lying through your teeth, Maxine?
Guess what, bitch? I swear.
Hey,
Right.
were you home when the dog attacked Javon? He answered no. Are you fabricating the story that you were not home at the time of Javon's death? He answered no. Results came back the same to each one of those questions, and it came back that Austin told the truth.
Yay. But your bitch still lied.
And we asked her, prior to the dog attacking Javon, did you get into a physical altercation with him? She answered no. Prior to the dog attacking Javon, did you get into a verbal altercation with him? She answered no. When the dog attacked Javon, did you delay in removing the dog from him? She answered no. The results came back all the same, and it came back that Amanda told the truth.
Told you. No, I'm done here.
But
I was Javon's girlfriend for 2 years. We broke up a year before he passed away. He was there when my baby was born at the hospital, and his mom, and it wasn't no doubts then, so why are there now? She had bought her like 2 onesies when she was born. Like, she's come around, see her, hold her, feed her. And I was just like, she's a nobody now that he's gone. And like, I show her pictures of him, and she knows who he is. She knows his name now, because I told her that too. And it's like, he ain't gonna be here no more. Like, he used to watch her, keep her, everything that he was supposed to do. Then, yes, I cheated. He did too. So, yeah, there is one possible other guy. When I heard from a friend of mine that Shay and Maxine was gonna be on the show, I'm like, okay, start watching. And then I'm like, okay, a lot of this is a lie. Like, when did y'all go tell the truth? Shay was not at the hospital when Javon was pronounced dead. I was the one at the hospital, not Shay. I didn't see Shay nowhere in sight. Shay was making herself seem more important than she was. She made it feel like that was his only child, which I didn't feel that, because my baby, she's 3. I was angry for real, but then again, it hurt at the same time. I let her stay with me, her and her kids before, because they had nowhere to go. And I was just a nice person. So I kind of let everybody stay with me. Like Maxine stayed with me before. When I first met him and we first started talking, he said she was sleeping under a bridge. So I'm like, okay, no, she's a female. She needed clothes. I let her wear whatever she could fit in mine. She needed shoes, so I let her put whatever she wanted on. Never asked for the money, never said, hey, you gotta get that back. None. She could keep it all. So now I'm just not understanding, like, why she acting like this. I didn't go to the funeral because I wasn't trying to deal with the drama. Yes, I did sit at home and watch it on Facebook. Yes, I did send my daughter to pay her respects. At the time, they were saying, like, she was not his. And then that's when I heard they was talking about, oh, they need a DNA test on my baby. And I told her I didn't have no problem with getting a DNA test for her. I want Javon to be her father, because he was there when she was born. They had such a good bond and everything. And he loved her with all his heart. He's never denied her. I asked him, did he want a DNA test? He told me no. He feel in his heart that she's his.
Now, do you believe that Jasmine's daughter is your son's or isn't?
Truthfully, I really just want it to be, because going into that hospital and being there and watching when he picked her up and held her, I watched my son pour every part of who he was into that little girl. And I'm not gonna lie, that's what makes me want her to be his.
Yeah, and it's like a piece of him living on.
Yeah, his little girl, his princess, as he called her.
Did you and Jasmine have any type of relationship prior to the show?
She was a good person to me in the beginning.
And your son had a good relationship with her?
To my understanding, yes, they had a great relationship.
And to you, did your son claim the little girl as
My
his?
son had no problem, because she's absolutely right. My son did not want a DNA test in the beginning.
Shay was here, right? The last time you were here. Why the DNA test with your grandson all of a sudden?
Well, see, that's where it was never an all of a sudden, because Sharita has 3 other children. She got pregnant with her first one, and she was under the assumption that it was Javon's. And when it came out, it was not Javon's. So when she got pregnant with this one, we again had to have that conversation. And this is why I have so much admiration and respect for her, because, you know, she's out here living her life and this, that, and the other. But she said, Mama, I have no problem with giving you a DNA test because of the prior incident. You know, because she had her first son, they had a DNA test, it was not my son's. When it comes to this one, he never really questioned that one, and I feel like there was never no question with that one, because when I went to claim my son's body and they gave me his possessions, he still had Giovanni's ultrasound pictures in his pocket.
Wouldn't it be terrible for you, though, if it comes back and it wasn't your son's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I watched him.
So you want this test, you want both these tests to come back?
I want both of them. It's like I need them to be my grandchildren.
Yeah.
So I can say I have a part of my son. The only thing I've ever asked was the truth. And you know why I didn't ask for no DNA test, because you know for a fact that boy poured all of his heart into her, and you saw me watch it. And from that moment, I told you, I ain't got no question about it. When I started hearing that you out here bopping and flopping,
I'm
tell
sorry,
me that...
I don't mean to... What is bopping and flopping?
Bopping and flopping, and to me, it's just kind of like you hanging out with different people.
Okay. All right.
You know? So when I was hearing that, to me, it was like, again, a gut punch. Because now what do I do? What do I believe? Who do I believe?
When you had your daughter, how was Javon as a father?
He was a good father.
He was a good dad. And you said you didn't go to the funeral.
No, I did not.
And why didn't you go?
Because of all the rumors, and I didn't feel like dealing with drama.
What were the rumors?
The rumors was she needed a DNA test on my daughter.
She believes, you correct me if I'm wrong, that she's kind of in it for the money?
Because believe it or not, like I said, I had been hearing rumors for the last 3 weeks that an individual that she deals with had told her that, you know, she can get money from my son. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, why? Wait, hold on. Why is it not about me being in this little girl's life?
I don't feel there's a need, but I did tell Maxine before I even took a pregnancy test that she could have DNA because of the simple fact of what I went through with my first son.
Right. Now, your first child turned out not to be Javon's. Did he ever ask about your next little boy? Did he ever say we should get a DNA test?
He never asked for a DNA test.
And do you believe that it's Javon's son?
100%.
Okay. What about your relationship with Jasmine?
Like she said, I lived with her with my kids at one point. I mean, after me getting pregnant with my son, we really didn't talk that much. It came to me as a problem through other people.
Is there any chance that a relationship can exist between the two of you? Because your son and her daughter would be siblings. Do you think you guys could coexist or have a relationship for the
I mean,
children?
it's a possibility. I'm not bitter, so it's a possibility for anything.
Any chance that your little boy has a different father other than Javon?
No chance at all.
We're gonna do Shay's son first. We did a DNA test, and the result of that DNA test is that your son, Javon, is the father of Shay's 2-year-old son.
Yes! Yes! Shay, I love you, boo!
I love you too.
Your son, Javon, is not the father
I knew
of
it,
Jasmine's
because when I
3-year-old
seen that
daughter.
picture of that man, I knew you was a lying little slut puppy. But here it is, you want to make me look like the bad guy. Your vagina is the bad guy. You knew that was in the back of your mind, and I've always told y'all, even before this, you hurting that little girl because you done put that little girl through hell. You got this little girl thinking that's her daddy. I want my son name back. And I'm not playing with you. I want my son name back. I swear to God, you dirty as you dirty as Jasmine, for real. For real. You didn't want a 10 because now I see why you didn't want a 10. You knew this in the back of your head, didn't you? That's what it was. Oh, Lord.
What's your feeling about your daughter's son, Javon's?
I knew it. I knew it.
Are you really surprised?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, she's not.
I'm sorry this didn't work out, but maybe it's for the best. Thanks for coming on the show.
I'm really hurt because I really, truly, deep down inside wanted her to be my granddaughter. And like I said, all because of the moment when she gave birth to her. And I watched my son pour all that love into her. And now it hurts because if he was truly here, he would be broken. Because he wanted so much for her to be his daughter. I got the answers that mattered the most. It's time to heal. It's time to be that strong grandmother for my princess. My 2 little princes.
I called you, Steve, for help because I watch your show all the time.
Somebody's gonna watch this and say, you know what, she was brave enough to do that, I can do that too.